So let's talk about our brothers down here, very good brothers, Ugandans. Now, there is this brother, big brother in Uganda, who says, I want to dare the United States of America. What do these guys have that we don't have? Yeah, this guy here. You see this guy here, this brother of ours, MUHOOZI. And he's been sending threats not just to the United States of America, but he has sent some threats to Kenya. And I said it will only take him, that should be 1 week. Hey, to make sure that Nairobi belongs to Uganda. That's a good threat, bro. It's a good one, bro. A good joke, bro. Yeah, and then he says, talks about Naivasha. And then the father came in, who is the president, the general himself now, the president, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and said, you know what? He needs the Indian Ocean because the Indian Ocean belongs to Uganda. When everybody was like, "Wow, when did the Indian Ocean belong to Uganda?" We've never seen this. We've never known these things for any other time. That is not all, man. That is what I want. Okay, another very good job. It's more of sarcasm. Okay, no sarcasm. Was it real? Okay, MUHOOZI, tell me whether that was real or not. I believe that was real. Okay, that wasn't that real. So some people took it like a joke, and some people took it so seriously. And people started comparing the military, Kenyan military prowess versus the Ugandan military prowess. And some people said Ugandans have a lot of conscripts, those is service members compared to Kenya. But what you want to tell you is the service members will only be of advantage if there is a what you call an invasion. There is a ground invasion. That is when the numbers of military personnel will really play a role in that. But nowadays, most of these battles are not fought on the ground; they are fought in the air. And okay, some say that Uganda has some Sukhois from Russia, but let's talk about those Sukhois from Russia. And I think that is what gave this man. That is what gave MUHOOZI the big head to go and say, hey. He doesn't get instructions from anyone. He only gets instructions from the father. So even the US itself cannot bring anything in Uganda because Uganda are well trained. And and people went on social media making some jokes. And no, this one did not come from President Yoweri Kaguta himself. And this was a joke from maybe a blogger somewhere who said if the US wants to send soldiers in, or if the US wants to invade Uganda, should not come with planes. They should just go. Bring in soldiers to the ground because Museveni's soldiers are very good in combat. Yeah, you get this combat. They're very good in hand, one-on-one combat war. They're very good in combat war. But that's a nuisance. I know that did not come from Museveni himself because he understands all those things, how it works and how it doesn't work. He understands. Or maybe he is old enough not to understand how things are working nowadays, not just what we think they are. Things are very much different. But that is not what we're talking about today. What I'm talking about is that now that the brother decided to dare these guys, and the US Senate decided to ask Donald Trump to sanction Uganda on some other aspects and Ugandan leaders, that is Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and MUHOOZI himself, and even ban them from flying to the West or any other NATO country. So the only place where these guys can fly to is Russia. And maybe Museveni doesn't love that China that much. Maybe they will become friends with China, but they're friends with Russia. With the history that Uganda had with India, I don't think if they can be friends with India because of what Amini Dada did. But whatever Amini Dada did by that time was that time, it's not this time. So I think they're trying to reconnect and become much better Ugandans, much better friends to India. Maybe Narendra Modi can come in to salvage and rescue them against the US atrocity, the US invasion. But does India have what it calls to protect Uganda from anything? Does China, not China, Russia has anything that it calls to protect Uganda from anything? And what will China benefit from Uganda, by the way? What will China benefit from Uganda if they have to come in all out to protect? And now China is in trouble, and anyway, Russia is in trouble on the other end. Will they really waste their time and resources to come to? Does Uganda have a lot of money that can fund the Russian war so that Russia can sell them those whatever, those weapons, hardware and software, military hardware and software? Uganda doesn't have that much. So after that, it dawned onto MUHOOZI that it's not just that petty talks or pep talks or whatever, pillow talks. that usually talks about and you know, about Kenya and all that. US is another country. And after sanctions, this guy decides to send an apology to the US asking for forgiveness, and that will never happen again. It was all jokes and social media, whatever, and all that. But that is not what this guy saw, and they don't just take things lightly. Like, you don't just say abuse them and so all those words and think it will be a life thing and all that. Especially in respect with what you've already made possible within Uganda. Just after the elections, you went on social media, MUHOOZI, and stated very, very, very ugly things on social media on X account, stating it's only 322 people have died, and if you meet Kabobi as you refer to him, you completely do away with him. And it went viral, not just in Uganda alone, it went viral. By that time, Uganda, you had shut down the internet so that no one gets to understand what's happening there. But it went viral. It went viral in Kenya and other countries, and most of international media stations, mainstream media stations, took it off, and they declared and they said things, bad things about you, how crude you are, shrewd you are, how bad you are, how terrifying you are. They said all the other things, and very soon you might be, the US might designate you as a terrorist. The US might designate you as a terrorist, and that's the reason enough to come and pick you from where you are. Yes, they'll come and pick you from where you are, pick you completely from where you are, and take you to whatever, whatever, yeah, they are that prison, you know. You should not get yourself there, MUHOOZI. So after you apologizing, MUHOOZI, they did not just take it light and say, oh ma, we've forgiven you, MUHOOZI. You know, we know you're a baby. You know, you're a baby. You're a daddy's child, you know, daddy's baby. So we have no problem with you. We know this. No, they say no, welcome for you. Especially after causing all those threats and writing on the social medias, and that is not the first thing you're writing something of such a kind. That means that you, it's like the power you've ever gotten into your head and you feel like you got everything you can do everywhere. So no, not with the United States of America. You can do it in Uganda, but not with the United States of America. And if we have an interest in that country, man, we'll come for you at any moment. If they did to Nicolas Maduro with a well fortified, all that money from the oil, that fortification that he had, but they went for him and took him while he was sleeping. So who are you? Okay, for you, they would won't need to send you the Delta Force. No, they don't need the Delta Force to pick you up. They just need to come and pick you up. No, just even they'll just call you. Hey, we're inviting you in the White House for a negotiation, and then you go there. They will never come back to Uganda again. That's how they will arrest you. So please, MUHOOZI, try to be wise enough with what you say. And I know there are things that you say even your father is embarrassed with you, MUHOOZI. Don't do that. So as we are saying now, I think it's in the Senate in the US Senate, and they're watching onto you. After you keeping your eyes on Bobby Wine, they, okay, for them, they know where Bobby Wine is. It's just some people who don't know where Bobby Wine is. People like me don't know where this guy is. But for them, they know, and they're watching on you. They're watching on every move you're making. They're watching on everything that you're doing, and they might come for you at any moment. So just avoid it. Like, you cannot dare these guys. You cannot dare these guys. Trump is going after the who are who's in this world, and who are you? Who are you? So they're going for all those guys and all. So it's not going to work for you, MUHOOZI. Try to find a better thing to do. But you threatening these guys, they will come for you anyway, and they're not gonna forgive you for that. They will not forgive you for that. And Uganda will go under very rough sanctions and tough sanctions. That means you will not be able to fly to any US protectorate country that is in Kenya. You don't go to Uganda. Tanzania, they still have a problem with it, so they're still sorting out their issues and all that. But you won't be able to get yourself into those countries. So after the sanctions that you've received, now you cannot fly in any other NATO country, nor the US, nor your family members can, or anyone who is close to you, your generals, any people who are close to you cannot do that. Now you just stay in Uganda, and it'll be easy for them to suffocate the Ugandan economy. They'll suffocate the Ugandan economy. If it was possible to do it that is in Iran, to suffocate the Iranian economy, bring it down, and make people go on the street to protest against the leadership of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the dictator, what makes you feel that they will not be able to do it in Uganda? It's very much possible, and that might be one of the reasons why they are. That might be one of the things they will do in Uganda. So when the Ugandan economy is going down, inflation goes high, the shilling goes down, the Ugandan coin goes low, everything goes down, the people will lose it, The people go on the street. The people start calling onto your resignation. Not even resignation. People start calling onto your outing, and some might do whatever they can do. If the US has managed to do that in Iran, they can manage to do it in your country within a very, very, very short time. It won't take them long, as they are talking, as it's taking them to do whatever they are doing in Iran. For you, it will take them maybe 1 day or 2 days, and they would have done everything they want. And they just want a reason, and you're giving them more reasons to why they should come. They don't want to come, but you're giving them reasons to why they should come. So for our Ugandan brothers, what is your advice to your brother, big brother, that is General MUHOOZI? What do you advise MUHOOZI? MUHOOZI should go slow. MUHOOZI should go slow, and stop all these things, and make a very good deal with the US. They will forgive you. If you make a good deal with them, they'll forgive you. But if you don't make a good deal with them, they will not forgive you. So MUHOOZI, you need to do something like that.